Back at Legion Field with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. The Fort Morgan starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. So once again, we'll give you the starting defense for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Defensive back, senior Isaiah Lopez. Defensive back, senior Justin Pineda. Linebacker, senior Richard Herrera. Linebacker, senior Austin Cosman. Defensive back, junior Kyle Daniels. The free safety is a sophomore Tate Kimball. Defensive back, senior Eric Flugoff. Full defensive line is Toby McBride. Also Jacob Fritzler at linebacker. Both of those are juniors. Senior Bladen Paula, outside linebacker. And Alexander Mai, outside linebacker at a junior. So we will get 12 minutes on the board.
Fort Morgan won the toss, deferred the second half, so we'll see the defense out there. I was noticing as I looked across, usually those you familiar with, you see the middle school kids sit opposite the bleacher. They're 20 Niwot from that spot. And I look out, and there isn't a very big Fort Morgan crowd either. So let's hope we can get some excitement in this, and maybe we'll bring back a crowd for the last 3 home games that we have.
That would be nice to get out and support these kids, wherever it may be in or doing volleyball trailers. I'm not going to get into how many different sports are. I'll end up leaving somebody out. The opening kickoff is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. With 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan, Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. So Franny Gonzalez has the ball up as we are getting ready to start the home opener for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Franny puts the foot into it, into the end zone, so that will be a touchback. So the Niwot Cougar will start tonight on the 20-yard line from 10.
Niwot will take over on
the head coach is Joshua Brewer. Niwot in their white top uniforms with green numbers, black pants. Fort Morgan Mustangs in their black tops and bottoms with white numbers. And Niwot getting somebody into the huddle to get the game going. So there's 2 receivers right, 1 or 2 left. Also, 1 setback in the shotgun formation as a quarterback. Throws it out to the flat out on the left. Caught at the 25. And his forward motion is stopped. And they will put him, it looks like, at the 26.
Lee's pass complete to Middlehouse.
So that will be a gain of 6 on the first play of the game for the Niwot Cougars.
It's a nice little quick out. And Fort Morgan came up and stopped it.
So 2nd and 4 from the 26 for the Niwot Cougars. 1 receiver left, 1 right. 2 backs in the backfield. Handoff up the middle to the tailback, and he is, let's see, I don't believe he gained anything on that one. We're going to call that no gain, so they'll bring up 3rd and 4, again from the 26.
Bladen Pollitt on the stop for the Mustangs.
Bladen Pollitt on the stop for the Mustangs.
Down 3.5.
What looks like they're rotating backs every play.
So they have a kind of an offset. Have a man in motion now to the right. Stops and sets with the receivers left and right. Looks back. It's going to be, it's going to be intercepted at the 30. Taken back. 10, 5, touchdown. And that is Richard Herrera. Intercepts the ball at the 20 or at the 30 and takes it all the way in for the pick 6 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Puts them up early, 6-0 with 10:38 to go here in the first period.
Yeah, you almost had to know that pass was going to Fort Morgan or to that area because the guy shifted down there. And then the pass was about 5 yards too short and allowed the defender to cut it. What a great defensive play and a good quick start for Fort Morgan.
He was almost on the ground. He almost let it slip through his hands, but he put the clamps down on that ball and brought it in, and he took it in for the touchdown. So Franny Gonzalez snap, ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. So at 10:38 in the first period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs take the early lead, 7-0 over the Niwot Cougars. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde back at Legion Field as the Mustangs have just gone up 7-0 on a pick six by Richard Herrera. Franny Gonzalez now scoots it along the ground, and it is going to finally roll into the end zone for another touchback. So a much better way for the Fort Morgan Mustangs to start off this home opener as compared to last week.
Well, you know, I think it was Vince Lombardi that said if you pass the ball, three things can happen, and two of them are bad. Yeah. And on that one, that was the worst of the two bads.
So one receiver left and right. I'm going to set another receiver out to the left about halfway. We have one back, shotgun formation for Justin Lee. He looks back. He's got the pressure, and he's going to go down. He goes down. They're back to the inside the 15, just about the 13-yard line. There was a host of Mustangs in there to take him down. So it's a loss of 6 back to 14.
He did not have much chance on that.
So 2nd and 16 from the 16. For Niwot. Receiver split left, handoff up and he is going to be taken down for another loss. Nice job there. I believe that was Richard Herrera in the backfield, and he brought down the runner for another loss. Looks like it's going to be at about the 11.
By Richard Herrera behind that scrimmage.
That was just good team defense. They're swarming. They're excited again. It's like a totally different team than last week.
Yeah, they're blowing these guys off the line right now. I'm trying to see who that kid that we were talking about, that 6'5", 300-pounder, is a starting offensive lineman. So they're not getting the job done at the moment with 9:17 to go here in the first period. 3rd and 18 now. Toby McBride coming in from the left side, and he's going to sack the quarterback. It's going to be just outside of the goal line. We're going to mark that at about the 2. But Toby McBride came in from the left side untouched, and he sacked that quarterback, and I'm not sure maybe who is down now, still down on the field. So that brings up a 4th down.
28 to go at the 2-yard line. Loss of 10 on that sack.
So a nice defensive stand here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs here early in the start of this game. Let's see, that was number 2, Justin Lee, their quarterback. He is up now and walking off the field. That's a good sign.
Yeah, you sure hate to see anyone hurt at any time, especially early in a game or early in the season, and especially if it's your quarterback. And I'm guessing that they probably don't have anyone at his quality coming in.
Yeah, they have one other quarterback listed, Zach Kinnison. He's a sophomore, so not near the experience. So, all right. 4th and 28, the ball on the 2. Snap back, kick is up. It's going to be touched by a Niwot player at about the 30, and then they're going to touch it down at the 35. I thought it was touched up.
It looked like it, but the official doesn't agree with you. 1st and 10 at the 35. Great field position for the Mustangs.
So now the Fort Morgan Mustang offense gets to take the field with 8:43 to go here in the first period of play from Legion Field. Mustangs up 7-0 on a pick 6 by Richard Herrera, and the extra point good by Franny Gonzalez. So you have Joey Schneider underneath at the quarterback position with Toby McBride and Tate Kimball in the backfield. One receiver right. We're going to have a whistle, and I believe Niwot jumped off sides. We'll see if that's the way it goes. And it was encroachment on Niwot, so easy first 5 yards for the Fort Morgan offense.
And it looked like they were going off right side with McBride on a quick dive. I'd like to see him establish that running game.
It looks like they are under center again. One receiver left and one right. It's going to be a handoff to Nate Kimball. We have a flag on the play. Nate Kimball down the right sideline. He's going to take it into the end zone, but I'm afraid it's going to come back. We have a flag on both sides of the field from the linesman. So they saw something.
Probably didn't line up. One of the wides was supposed to be off or was supposed to be on. Well, it'd have to be too many of them off the field or off
on
the back.
Either too many on the line of scrimmage or off the line of scrimmage. But he ran it all the way into off that right side. He was untouched.
Yeah,
but that's going to bring it back to the 35-yard line. So that'll be back to a first and 10. From the 35, but Nate Kimball went right line of scrimmage off right tackle, and he was untouched. So Toby McBride and Nate Kimball in the backfield again. Schneider under center with Eric Kimball split wide right. Handled to Toby McBride up the middle. He's out to the 30, and he is finally tripped up and brought down at the 27-yard line.
Charlie Middlehouse on the tackle. Second down and 8.
So 2nd and 2 from the 27. So nice run by McBride. Handoff to Tate Kimball over the right side. He's got the first down. He cuts it out to the outside. He's going to take it into the end zone. Tate Kimball down the right sideline for a touchdown for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. That puts them up 13-0 with 8:07 to go here in the first period of play. That was just like that first play that they ran. It was open on that right side. They went back to it, and he goes in untouched.
Well, I hope those guys with the cannon in the end zone pack lots of powder, Coach, because we're going to need it. Well, we hope that it keeps going this way. This is awesome. What a great start.
So Franny Gonzalez back out on the field to try the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:07 to go here in the first period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs on top 14-0 over the Niwot Cougars on B106 and B106.com. Kickoff downfield and going to go into the end zone again. 14-0 here to start the 8:07 to go. Niwot to take the kickoff or take the ball.
Yep, that was the third good kick. The last one was kind of a squibber, and it went all the way into the end zone. That one more up in the air and got there.
So Niwot 1st and 10 from the 20. Two receivers left, one right, single back in the backfield, shotgun formation. Justin Lee back into the game. It was going to be a handoff and missed. So going to be brought down in the backfield is Justin Lee, and that's going to be a loss back to the 17-yard line. So that'll be a loss of 3. So they'll bring up 3rd and 13.
2nd 13, that is.
From the 17-yard line.
On his first couple carries, they were sacks, and so we just don't count those against his running. That time, since it was designed to run, he takes the loss of 3.
So 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation, 7:28 and counting. Pass out into the left flat and over the intended receiver for an incomplete pass. So that'll bring up. So that will bring up a 3rd and 13.
3rd down and 13.
For Niwot from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Niwot taking their time. I'm not sure whether they're a little confused or what. I'm sure, like Fort Morgan, they thought last week was an aberration and this was the week they were going to get going in. Boy, what a nightmare to come down here and be down 14-0 halfway through the first quarter.
So they have two receivers left, two right. Has the ball in the backfield. Pass is going to be short over the middle. So another incomplete pass. That will bring up a 4th and 13 for the Niwot Cougars. So they will have to punt away to the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball back at about the 41 of the Niwot Cougars. Back to punt from the 5. They're going to throw a flag on the kick. They didn't knock him down. They ran into him. I don't know if they have a 5-yard penalty or if it's all a 15-yard penalty in high school ranks. But the referee did throw a flag after the punt. And I know they did run into him.
Looks like it's offering him 5 yards or
a re-kick.
Yeah.
So let's see. It looks like they're going to just take running into the kicker on the Mustangs.
You know, if you had to kick to Tate Kimball, you'd probably want to just take that 35-yard punt or 25-yard punt and be good with it.
Spotted at the 47-yard line.
Fort Morgan to take control with 7:12 to go here in the first period.
Well, last drive lasted 2 plays and went 35 yards. You know, after a give and take 5-yard penalty by each team.
So we'll start this drive from about the 47-yard line. Schneider under center. Eric Kimball split right and 2 backs. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's going to be caught by Austin Cosman, and he's going to take it into the end zone. So a nice pass play by Joey Schneider to Austin Cosman. Puts the Fort Morgan Mustangs up now 20-0 with 7:04 to go in the first period.
They are definitely golden this evening, or at least so far the first quarter.
Franny Gonzalez getting his workout here tonight. Already have a flag on the kick. Had it on the snap. See what the dead ball foul encroachment on Niwot. So they will put that on the kickoff, I believe. 7:04 to go. Snap down, kick up, and it is good again. So 21-0 in favor of the Fort Morgan Mustangs with 7:04 to go here in the first period. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field, handoff around the left side. And that is Bromwell. He gets it back to the 20-yard line, so they'll bring it back up to a 3rd and 10. So 3rd and 10 for Niwot with 6:32 to go here, remaining in the first period. That Bromwell, number 34, is a 5'9", 160-pound running back. So 2 receivers split right, 2 left with a single back in the backfield. Lee in the shotgun formation goes back, and it's going to be a screen pass. It's taken, and then he is brought down out about the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. Let's see where they end up putting that. But that'll bring up a 4th down as they set it at the 23.
It's going to be 4th down and 7.
So 4th and 7.
Looked almost like the defensive lineman got a hold of that.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So
offensive.
The offensive lineman had got it, but they didn't throw a flag on illegal touch. So snap back to the punter. Punt downfield is going to be taken by Kyle Daniels. Drops it, picks it back up at the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Kyle Daniels takes it back 50 yards for a Fort Morgan touchdown. Oh, we have a flag on the other side of the field. Sitting at about the 20.
Right in the area where there's a hold or a clip.
So we'll see what
blocking the back.
Illegal procedure on Niwot, so they'll decline that. So
awesome.
the touchdown is good. So it looks like a whole new football team out here tonight as compared to last week. So 27-0. That was Kyle Daniels on the run back. Franny Gonzalez in again for the point after attempt. First period, 27-0 Fort Morgan. Franny Gonzalez kick is up and a good again. So with 5:19 to go in the first period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs over Niwot, 28-0 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel, where the Fort Morgan Mustangs are now up 28-0 after a 50-yard punt return by Kyle Daniels. So very impressive start here by this hometown team tonight. Franny Gonzalez puts the ball in play, and that's going to go into the end zone. That is always a nice weapon to have when you have a kicker like that can put it into the end zone and make the team start from the 20-yard line and not have a chance to run it back.
Absolutely.
So you were talking about maybe doing the clock running once it gets to a 40-point spread. We may get into that by the middle of the second period. If
I don't know, is that the rule I thought it was after half, but I might be wrong.
That could be. If it is, like they keep this up. First and 10, two receivers left and right. Handoff over the right side, and not much there. They're going to give him just outside the 20-yard line.
34 is not having a very good game.
Second down and 10.
So second and 10, they're going to call it just on the other side of the 20. So it'll be second and 10.
Bromwell's fourth carry, and he's got a -4 total yards.
Not a good night so far. So Niwot in their normal set here, receivers left and right, pass out into the flat, is caught. Run out to the 25, and that is going to be out to the 25, and that is, I'm trying to see, is that?
I'm not sure if that's a 6 or an 8. There's no 6 on the roster.
No 6 and no 8 on the roster, so 3rd and 5 from the 25 for the Niwot Cougars, as Justin Lee trots back out into the Niwot huddle after he gets the play from his coach. As they set up two receivers left and one right, and Niwot is going to take another timeout, so we'll take one with them with 3:54 to go in the first period. Fort Morgan 28, Niwot nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field, the third down play was an incomplete pass out on the left side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. So that will bring up a 4th and 5 for Niwot from the 25-yard line. Tate Kimball and Kyle Daniels back again on their own 45-yard line. So we'll see what happens here on this punt, as he's had some decent punts. Punt is up in the air and out of bounds. Looks like it's, see where they finally mark it at. It hit at about the 45 of Niwot, and they're going to mark it down even closer than that. So it's going to be right at about the 40, I'm going to say the 42-yard line. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 42.
It's only Fort Morgan's third offensive possession of the game, and they're up 8-0. And they've ran how many plays? Like 3 plays from scrimmage?
Something like that.
4 plays?
So Joey Schneider under center, hands off to Toby McBride over the left side. He breaks the tackle, gets it outside to the 25, down to the 30, inside the 30, and they ride him down to about the 27. About the 29, excuse me. So nice run there by Toby McBride.
That's a Mustang.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the, I'm going to call it the 28-yard line. So they're getting back into Mustang football, I guess you could say, with the running attack they're doing right now.
Absolutely.
Toby McBride back into the game.
Only the second play that hasn't scored.
What's the problem here? So 2 receivers right, 2 left, with McBride in the backfield with Schneider. Take Kimball in motion. It's going to be a handoff around the right side. Breaks a tackle initially, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield. And that's going to be a loss back to the 32-yard line.
Mike Leslie is the first one there for the
So that's going to be a loss of 4.
13.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to use the speed to get outside. The defensive end did a good job of containing him, and once he had to cut it back up, Niwot's pursuit got to him.
So 2nd down. 2nd and 14 for the Mustangs. I formation, receivers left and right. Flughoff to the left. Eric Kimball split wide right. Handoff up the middle. McBride, he breaks it over the right side, down to the 25, to the 20, the 15, 10, 5. He's not going to be caught. Into the end zone is Toby McBride. He takes it in for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. 3rd play of this drive with 2:24 to go here in the first period. The Fort Morgan Mustangs up now 34-0.
Yeah, number 32 went for 32 yards to add a score to his tally. Offensive scoring has been a touchdown by Tate Kimball at 27 yards, 32 by McBride, and then the 47-yard pass from Snyder to Cosman.
2:24, the kick is up and good. So with 2:24 to go, first period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs are now up 35-0 after Toby McBride goes 32 yards for the touchdown. We're going to get you caught up here. The first Fort Morgan score of the game is brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. When you need banking advice, stop by and see one of their loan officers Monday through Friday at 321 Ensign. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference. Tune in to 1010 Preps and More weekdays from 1 to 2 on 1010 KSIR for the latest in high school sports with John Beltran. So Franny Gonzalez to set it up once again for the Mustangs. See if he can put this one into the end zone as well. Only one kickoff has been returned, and that is going to hit at about the 20 and bounce at the 5. It's going to be picked up at the 5, taken out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and maybe just out to the 26-yard line. So that's where the
Tommy Steger on the return, tackled by David Mack.
That's where the Niwot Cougars will take over.
The 27-yard line. The Cougars will have it there. First down and 10.
And they put it at the 27. So 1st and 10, Niwot from the 27 with 2:16 to go here in the first period.
Best field position for the Cougars all night. They've started on the 20. Their previous 5 offensive drives.
So 2 receivers split left, 1 right. Cromwell in the backfield with Justin Lee in the shotgun formation. Looks out to his left. Now it's going to come down the right sideline. Pass is going to be over the head of the intended receiver and incomplete. But right on the heels of that receiver was Justin Pineda.
Justin Pineda on the cover.
He had great coverage there. He was deeper, and he just shielded the Niwot kid from getting to it, and the ball would have been out of bounds besides, but great defense by Pineda.
So Niwot trying to open it up here a little bit.
Well, the short passing and the run isn't working for him, so we'll go with that.
So 2:10 to go here in the first period. 35-0 Fort Morgan. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left. It's going to be a handoff, and that is going nowhere. That is actually going to be a loss of about
Play is stacked up in the backfield.
2 back just inside the 25-yard line. So that will bring up a
third down and 12. The ball
third and 12
spotted
from
at
the
25.
25-yard line for Niwot.
Yeah, loss of 2 by Mike Leslie, his first run. He joins the other 3 Niwot running backs that have ran and are at negative yardage. Just an absolute great defense and offensive display here this first quarter. I can't believe we're still in the first quarter.
Yeah, it seems like it's taken a long time, but I guess when you're kicking the ball off all the time, it does that. Shotgun formation, pass is going to be caught at the 30 and taken down short of the first down. Gets it out to the 34-yard line.
These pass across the middle.
So that will bring up a fourth and
and
3 from the 34-yard line. So
nice pick up of 9 yards. Get a little positive going for him.
Tate Kimball and Kyle Daniels back inside their 40, waiting for the punt. Punt is a good one downfield. It's going to go out of bounds. It looks like it's going to go out at about the 32, 30. They're going to put it at the 35-yard line. So the Mustangs will take over at their own 35-yard line with 39.4 seconds to go here in the first period, with the Mustangs leading 35-0. So Joey Schneider brings the crew up to the line of scrimmage. Every receiver left and right. Kind of a flex formation. Now Daniels goes in motion to the left. He is going to be brought down in the backfield, though. So no room there for that sweep run, as he is brought down inside the 30, out to about the 28-yard line.
Second down and 16.
So 2nd and 16 for the Mustangs as they take it from the 28-yard line.
Yeah, that play was just a little slower developing, like the one that Tate Campbell got stopped for his loss. And it seems like more of the quick hitting, hard plays are going to have more success for Fort Morgan tonight.
Yeah. So we're at the end of the first period with the Fort Morgan Mustangs leading 35-0 over the Niwot Cougars. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Back with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. The start of the second period. The Mustangs up 35-0. Kyle Daniels in motion again. It's going to be a handoff around the right side, though, and that's going to be, I'm not sure who that is. I don't believe it's McBride. It could be, but it's going to be Tate Kimball on the carry around the right side. He gets it out past the 35-yard line, out to the 36.
Backed up by Charlie Middlehouse.
So 3rd and 9
at
the 36 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
Some tough running for Tate there, but it was a good 7-yard gain. Got him into a manageable 3rd down.
So far, the quick hitters up the middle have been the ones that have produced the yardage for the Mustangs, but maybe now Fort Morgan can work on some of their plays up 35-0. Schneider under center with the 2 receivers right and 1 left. Schneider's being hounded in the backfield, and he's going to be brought down for a loss. So he's going to be sacked just inside the 30. See if that's where they put it. It's going to be out about the 29-yard line. Well, we're going to put it right at the 30.
Going to bring up a 4th down, 15.
So 4th and 15 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. First time they have been stopped tonight. .10:40 and counting still here in the first period. Looks like Tate Kimball to punt for the Mustangs. Back just outside the 35-yard line. Nice punt by Tate Kimball. It's going to be taken at the 32, out to the 35, and just past the 35-yard line. And that's their trying to get their quarterback killed. I guess he's also their returner.
The ball is spotted at the 36-yard line.
So it will be a 1st and 10 from the Niwot 36-yard line with 10:19 to go here in the second period.
That was nice coverage on that punt.
So Lee comes back in as the quarterback for Niwot. Trying to get the play. Now they're sending Matt Bromwell out of the huddle and over to the sidelines. So they're setting up in a shotgun formation, one receiver right and one left. Single back setup, and Niwot is going to have to burn their third timeout here of the first half. Bromwell left and wasn't supposed to, so we're going to take a short timeout with him. 35-0 Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field in Fort Morgan with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. 10:19 to go in the second period. Fort Morgan Mustangs 35, the Niwot Cougars nothing, as Fort Morgan has controlled this game from the outset.
Niwot's still looking for their first offensive first down.
So the shotgun formation, two receivers right and one left. As he looks to throw, it's going to be downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by Kyle Daniels at the 42 and taken down by the intended receiver who he had overthrown. But Kyle Daniels, playing center field back there, intercepts the pass. So that will be a first down for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. 10-12 to go, and that will be a 1st and 10 Mustangs from their own 40-yard line.
I was thinking that maybe things were slowing down a little bit for the Mustangs, but not on the defensive end.
They had some nice pressure on Lee, and he threw the ball well over the head of his intended receiver. So 1st and 10, flex formation for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Schneider under center. He drops back, looks downfield. It's going to be a pass down the middle, and it's going to be knocked away, incomplete, as Tate Kimball was well covered, about 20 yards downfield.
Yeah, one of those ill-advised passes that worked out for him. Tate trying to get it, tips it up as the 5 defensive backs for Niwot converge and try to catch it before it hits the ground. And I guess I would say Fort Morgan was a little lucky there that they didn't get to it.
Very fortunate there, yes. So now Fort Morgan receivers left and right, I formation behind Schneider. Tate Kimball comes around the right side. He's got a crew out in front of him. He gets across midfield down to the 45, inside the 45 of Niwot. So nice run there by Tate Kimball. They're going to mark it at the 44-yard line of the Niwot Cougars.
Ball is spotted at the 44. That's a Mustang first down.
Yeah, they just, there was no one there to even slow him down until he got 10 yards downfield. The cornerback for Niwot did a good job of fighting off the block and making Tate slow down so the pursuit could get to him. That was a great run.
So I formation again. McBride is the fullback. Tate Kimball is the tailback. Receiver left and right. Schneider now fake handoff, rolls out to his left. He's being hounded out there, and he's going to end up being sacked. He is going to go down. Let's see if they mark it. Should be still just inside Niwot territory.
Back at the 48-yard line.
So they will put it at the Niwot
2nd out and 14.
48. So a loss of 4.
Second sack on Snyder tonight, and both of them I think was probably coverage sacks because he was back there a long time.
Rolled out to his left and nothing opened up downfield. I formation again, receivers left and right. Hands it off to Tate Kimball over the left side, and he breaks to the outside. He's going to get about 3 yards. They'll mark it down at about the 46-yard line, I believe, a gain of 2.
Middle house on the tackle.
From the 46, it just wasn't open that time out along the left side. 8:40 and counting here in the second period. Fort Morgan 35, Niwot nothing.
You know, it'd be a good time for a screen or a draw of some sort. Catch Niwot off. They're definitely dropping back to pass. Only have 4 guys on the rush.
So I formation for the Mustangs. Handoff to Tate Kimball. Going to come around the right side, but he's going to be grabbed in the backfield, but gets away again. So he's going to, might have got some positive yardage. We'll see where they put it. It looks like he's going to lose about maybe a yard back to the 47.
4th down and 12.
So that'll bring up 4th and 13 for the Mustangs from the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Tate ran about 50 yards to lose 2 on that play, or lose 1. But a good effort.
So Tate Kimball to punt for the Mustangs. Gets the low snap. Kick is downfield. Nice kick by Tate. It's going to be taken and fair caught at the 15-yard line. So Niwot will take over from their own 15-yard line with 8:05 to go here in the second period.
They were making kind of positive moves on their possessions. First 5 were on the 20, then they got it on the 27, started on the 36. Now they're back in the hole, starting on the 15. Great special teams by Fort Morgan tonight. They're really hitting on all 3 cylinders.
Yeah, they're every phase of the game is going well tonight. So we have somebody's notebook out on the 5-yard line that the referee just found. So
ball boy Nick Beltran runs out there and gets that for him.
So I don't know if that's been out there. It must have been out there since pregame warm-up from Niwot, I would guess.
Unless maybe it was at the quarter when the team was huddled down there and fell out of one of the coach's back pockets.
So throw out into the right flat. Going to be complete and then brought down for about a 7-yard gain, I believe. They're going to get it out to the 23-yard line, I believe. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 for Niwot as they hit his receiver out into the right flat. So we have a group of receivers just to the left of the quarterback. Pass is going to be tipped and caught by the quarterback. It was knocked up in the air by the defensive lineman.
And we got a penalty. I think they shifted at the last minute to try and get that last guy up, and they're going to call it illegal formation.
So apparently he didn't catch it. They were waving it as an incomplete pass. Let's see what the penalty is here. Talking amongst themselves here. 7:19 to go here in the second period. Referee's trying to decide what the penalty is, or it's an illegal shift on Niwot.
Took him a long time to throw that penalty. I saw it right as the play started, and he waited till after the pass was made. Maybe he couldn't find his handkerchief.
They're going to move him back, so that'll bring up second down again. He's 2nd and 7. From about the 18-yard line.
And as a coach, you just hate that you finally have something positive going. You get a nice 8-yard gain on first down, and you get a little more options when it's 2nd and 2. And then now you're back at 2nd and 7.
So shotgun formation, 3 receivers, right? So looks like it's going to be set up as a screen pass. It's caught, but then dropped. And probably a good thing because he was tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So that will bring up a 3rd and 7.
Yeah, he didn't catch the defender, but boy, he read that screen perfectly, and he was coming in and hit him right as he got the ball. Knocked that ball loose.
So 3rd and 7 for the Niwot Cougars. 7:13 to go here in the first half of play. The Mustangs up 35-0. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left and 1 right. Drops back, and he is hit just as he throws it. Incomplete pass, though, to his intended receiver. Closest receiver or defender for the Mustangs was Isaiah Lopez.
Isaiah Lopez on the cover. That's going to bring up a 4th.
So that'll bring up a 4th and 7 from the 18 for the Niwot Cougars. So nice defensive stand here. The Fort Morgan Mustangs should get some pretty decent field position here as Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball wait for it just across the 50-yard line. The punt is going to be blocked and recovered by the Mustangs.
That punt is blocked.
And that's going to be inside the 10. That'll be a 1st and goal for the Mustangs
Trey McBride got it.
from about the 8-yard line, I believe, is where they're going to end up marking it.
I was just about to give Niwot's offensive line a little bit of credit because early on Fort Morgan had 2 sacks, and they have not gotten any pressure on the quarterback since then. But now they let him through and block the punt. There were 3 of them there. Any one of the 3 could have blocked that punt.
He kind of hesitated. I don't think he was going to run it. I just think he kind of hesitated, took some stutter steps, and by that time Fort Morgan was in on him. So Joey Schneider under center, full house backfield. Handoff to Toby McBride up the middle, and he punches it. He is going to go into the end zone for the touchdown for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Toby McBride takes it in from the... They had that at the 9. They showed it at the 9. So a 9-yard run by Toby McBride makes it 41-0, and the clock is running.
His second touchdown of the game.
So Franny Gonzalez
to attempt the extra point.
in to try the point after. As Joey Schneider, the high snap, Joey Schneider runs out to the right. It's going to be a 2-point conversion. Let's see if no, they're going to say it's an incomplete pass. So the point after fails, but that still makes it 41-0. Fort Morgan was 6:18 and counting here in the first half of play. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com.
41, Niwot 0.
Back at Legion Field with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel with a running clock now as the Fort Morgan Mustangs have put up 41 unanswered points to lead the Niwot Cougars 41-0 here at Legion Field on opening night. Home opener anyway for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Franny Gonzalez, nice kick downfield, and it's going to be taken at the 5, 10, the 15, up the middle to the 20, 25, just across the 25, out to about the 27-yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Niwot at the 27-yard line.
Cougars will have it there, 1st down and 10.
And again, not great field position, but at least they're outside their 20, which is where they've been a lot.
Kind of got out of the shadow there, goalposts anyway. So Justin Lee still at quarterback for the Niwot Cougars. 1 receiver right, 2 left with a single back. Shotgun formation, takes the ball, looks downfield, looks deep, it's going to be over the middle, and it's going to be almost intercepted off the hands of the intended receiver and almost picked off by Isaiah Lopez for the Mustangs as he was laying on the ground. But couldn't quite get the handle on it, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 27 for Niwot.
And that certainly wasn't Lee's fault on that one. The receiver sure could have had that one and earned Fort Niwot's first down.
So 2nd and 10, running clock, 3:56 to go here in the first half. Shotgun formation, Lee back, gets pressure, and he is going to go down in the hands of Austin Cosman. And Richard Herrera also back there, and also back there, I believe, is Trey McBride. So kind of a bunch of Mustangs met right back there at the quarterback to bring him down, and that's going to be at the 21-yard line. So that's a loss of 6. That'll bring up a 3rd and 16 from the 21 for Niwot. Niwot comes out basically same formation as they have. 1 receiver right, 2 left with a single back behind Lee in the shotgun formation. He takes the ball, drops back, and he is going to be hit just as he throws it. It's going to be almost intercepted. Should have been intercepted over on the left side. I'm trying to see who that was.
24, I think.
It'd be Brian Almanza.
Yeah, he'll relive that one tonight. He might have had a pick 6 on that. He had all his momentum going towards the goal line.
Yeah, didn't use his hands. He let it get into his pads and ended up bouncing off. So a 4th down with 2:37 to go here in the first half. Niwot will punt the ball, gets the ball away, and it's going to be taken by Tate Kimball at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, still going down to the 25-20, inside the 20. We got a flag back here at the 43-yard line, so that probably will be coming back.
With that clock running, a penalty is going to take a little more time off.
Referee stands back here at about the 43. Now they just picked it up. Behind it, what? I'm not sure what their personal foul. Face mask on Niwot.
Wow.
Niwot can't do anything right tonight, and
yeah, when
so
it rains, it pours.
Oh man. So that'll be a first down for the Mustangs. They haven't marched it off yet. It's going to be inside the 10, so it'll be first and goal.
They're at the 8. Wow.
At the 8-yard line.
That penalty marched off against the Cougars brings the ball inside the 10 to about the 8. The Mustangs will have it there.
The Mustangs have played a pretty much mistake-free game. They had the one penalty on a shift, I believe.
We have a timeout taken by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. It looks like they have a different quarterback in there. It looked like Dalen Knapp, I believe is his name.
Yeah, Dalen.
A sophomore into the game for the Mustangs. So the clock does stop on timeouts. So it is stopped at 1:13 to go here in the first half. So Knapp under center. High backfield. Receivers left and right. Handoff up the middle. Down inside the 5. And I believe that's Jacob Fritzler.
Right up the middle.
So second and goal. He gets it down inside the 5. Just inside the 5. So I'll bring up a second down for the Mustangs. Knapp under center again. Hands off to, this time, around the right side. And that's going to be Elliott Wunsch. He is going to be short of the end zone. We're down to 40 seconds and counting. Knapp gets the play from the coach.
Third down and goal.
As he gets back into the huddle. So it's going to be third down for the Mustangs as they hustle up to the line with 23 seconds to go. Takes the snap, pitches it around the left end, and Wunsch, he is going to be brought down short of the end zone at about the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up
Wunsch is going to be stopping the line of scrimmage.
A fourth down, and Fort Morgan is going to let this clock run out. So at the end of the first half, the Fort Morgan Mustangs lead the Niwot Cougars 41-0. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field, they just put a little more time back on the clock for halftime here. The Fort Morgan Mustangs up 41-0 here at halftime. As always, as last year, scoring updates throughout the course of the football season. You can follow us on Twitter at B106 or on B106 Facebook page. So a couple different ways you can keep track of the Mustang. Well, 3 actually. You can listen to Kevin and I as we do the games, and then there also will be a Mustang replay after this game tonight, or you can catch us on Twitter or on the Facebook page. So it's been a beautiful evening here for football. There's a slight breeze. I believe it's out of the southeast here. We sit kind of northeast-south or southeast to the northwest. But football field's in great playing condition, beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for a better night for football.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. I think the only people not enjoying the night would be the Niwot Cougars and their fans. If that's understandable. It's got to be disappointing to follow your kids all the way out. It's a long ride from Niwot, and to have them have no success whatsoever. It looked as though at the end of the half that Fort Morgan was going to be playing some of their other players that don't normally get in a varsity game, and so that might give Niwot's varsity a chance to have some success and at least build on the season, and instead of going away completely demoralized.
Yeah, right there at the end of the first half, they brought in Dalen Knapp, sophomore quarterback, in place of Joey Snyder, and Fort Morgan should receive the opening kickoff as they deferred.
Right. Other Morgan County schools in action tonight. Brush is playing Weld Central, one of our future opponents, tonight in Brush, and we also have Wiggins playing Platte Canyon in Wiggins, not Platte Valley, but Platte Canyon, which is out of Bailey. And then Weldona Wiggins won their first game against Lions 43-0. Weldon Valley won something like 56-6 and is playing Prairie tonight up there up north. So sounds like a lot of success around the county, and if you're a sports fan, plenty of opportunities to go watch football. Of course, always feel free to join the Mustangs at the other sporting events that you talked about earlier.
The freshmen were on the wrong side of the score last night. They were beat 28-14 by the Niwot freshmen. The next game for the freshmen will be at Erie, and that will be Thursday the 11th.
This is somewhat unusual. Fort Morgan has chosen to kick the second half.
Huh. I guess that's a strange turn of events there, but the Mustangs will kick off, as Kevin said, to start off the second half of play. They did defer in the first half, but maybe they're going to give their defensive kids a little chance here to start off the second half. So Franny Gonzalez, his kickoff hits at the 20 and bounces, and it's going to be picked up at the 10, picked up and carried out past the 20. So we'll see where they mark it down. It'll be
Cougars will have it there. First down and 10.
First and 10 from the, I think I marked about the 21-yard line, 20-yard line. The ref decides where he's going to put the ball down. Guess we'll call it the 21. First and 10 from the 21, a running clock.
We do have some second-tier players in there, so give them some recognition when we get a chance.
So Niwot with their starting offense still on the field. Lee drops back. He's going to be rushed. It's going to be an incomplete pass out to the right sideline. Nice pressure there by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I'm trying to see who is in there. Number 85 is in there. Cade Bulis is in there, along with Tyler Dunn, a junior. Trying to see who else. Number 35 is in there. Oh, that was Tyler Dunn. So it was
Ryan Almanza is still in at left corner. He was the one that almost had the interception on that play.
Colton Carpenter in on the line. Shotgun formation, receivers left and right with a single back. Being flushed out to the right side. He is going to be taken down in the backfield. And that is going to be number 31, Frank Rosales. Sacks Lee in the backfield. And he takes him down at about the 17-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of 3, loss of 4. So third and 14.
I'm not sure it was Fort Morgan's first team defense that was. It was just Niwot's offense. I don't know. I'm not taking anything away. Our kids are playing great, and it's great to see the second-tier kids getting in there.
So pass downfield, and that pass is going to be incomplete out about the 40-yard line, just over the fingertips of John Morale, a senior tight end. So that will bring up a fourth.
Brings up a 4th and 14.
4th and 14 for Niwot from the 17-yard line. Let's see, we have number 37. I'm not sure who 37 is for the Mustangs.
punt formation for the Cougars. They take the ball and the punt out to the 45, out to the 50 is taken by Fort Morgan to the 45, coming around the right side to the 40, 35-30, hops over a kid at the 25, down to the 20, inside the 20.
Wow. We were talking about that next man up. All those kids are out there wanting to show their coaches what they can do and get that opportunity to play up. That's just great to watch the enthusiasm.
On the return.
So we will get a
on the tackle.
1st and 10 from the 19-yard line for the Mustangs as Dalen Knapp into the game at quarterback, sophomore for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. I formation, receivers left and right. Dalen under center. Barking out the signals. Takes it, hands off to Elliott Wunsch over the left side, and not much there.
Elliott Wunsch with the carry.
As he is
inside the 20.
Going to be stopped for no gain, so that will bring up a 2nd and 10 for Fort Morgan, just inside the 20-yard line.
2nd down 9.
Fort Morgan up to the line of scrimmage. I formation, backfield, handoff is up the middle. Nice pounding run there by Austin Crosscobb, sophomore fullback for the Mustangs. And he gets it down to the 15-yard line.
3rd and 7.
So 3rd and 7 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs with 7:26 and counting here in the second half of play. I formation again for the Mustangs. Receivers left and right. We'll see if Dalen. It's a handoff over the left side. Again, to Crosscobb. So that will bring up a 4th down after no gain. So we'll see what they're going to send Franny Gonzalez in for a field goal try. So this should come a ball will be put down about the 27 or about the 22-yard line. So that'll make it a 32-yard field goal attempt. He made a 31-yard field goal attempt last week at Brush.
Franny Gonzalez to attempt a 31-yard field goal.
So Joey Schneider is the holder. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is no good. Pushed off to the right, I believe, by Franny Gonzalez. So Niwot will take over at the 20-yard line with just over 6 minutes and counting here in the 3rd period. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 for Niwot. With their starting offense still on the field, receiver split 2 right, 1 left. Now we have a timeout taken by Niwot, so we'll take one with them. 5:38 to go here in the 3rd period. Fort Morgan 41, Niwot nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. The first play from scrimmage for Niwot is a gain of 1. Run up the middle, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 21 for the Niwot Cougars. Set in a shotgun formation. Receivers left and right. Handoff up the middle, and he is going to be brought down at the 20. And it looks like that was number 23, Hector Luna, I believe, is who was in on that tackle. So that will lead back to the 20, so that'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Stacked up by Frank Rosales, right at the line
again for Niwot.
3rd down and 10.
Yeah, Bromwell's just not having a good night. He's got, that's the 6th run, -4, -1, 0, 1, 1, and -1.
So tough night for the Cougars. 4:30 and counting here, 3rd period. Fort Morgan 41, Niwot nothing. receivers, one receiver right, two left, with a single back in the backfield. Trying to get the receiver lined up on the right side in shotgun formation. Pressure on the quarterback. It's going to be, should have been intercepted through the hands initially of John Morelli and then dropped by a Fort Morgan Mustang.
You know, the best way I can describe it is Fort Morgan's defense is playing like a pack of hungry dogs. They are just attacking. And, of course, why not? You don't have to really worry about your downfield because you know you got a bunch of guys going and we're covering their receivers. They're just playing aggressive. I love to see this.
Yep. So punt formation for Niwot over his head and into the end zone, and it's going to be a safety because he went down on his knees to recover the ball.
Snap goes into the end zone.
So when it goes bad, it all goes bad. So that's going to bring the score to 43-0. We're going to go ahead and take a short time out here. Fort Morgan 43, Niwot nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. The Mustangs up 43-0 after a safety by Niwot as the punt went over the head of the snap went over the head of the punter into the end zone, and then they went down and recovered. It went down to their knees and covered it. So Fort Morgan now back out on the field to receive the kickoff from Niwot, set at the 20. Nice deep kick into the hands of Tate Kimball at the 25, up to the 30, 35-40, 45-50, 50 down to the 45 of Niwot.
You know, Coach, that's the first kickoff by Niwot all game.
Yep.
And it comes after a safety. Of course, they should have kicked off at half. Fort Morgan choosing to kick off instead.
So Fort Morgan with a first down, 1st and 10 from their own 40, from the Niwot 45, excuse me. Dalen Knapp in, number 38, Oliver Wunsch still into the game. Tight formation, full house backfield. The handoff over the left side. Nice run there by Elliott Wunsch.
Elliott Wunsch over the left side.
It's going to get about, looks like a flag on the play. Maybe a, see if it's a face mask on Niwot.
So we'll give him 3 yards on the carry, and then we'll add some penalty yardage on top of that.
That'll be another 15 yards on top of that.
The march is to the 27. The Mustangs will have it there. First down and 10.
So 1st and 10 from the 27 for the Mustangs, as their second string offense is on the field. So Dalen Knapp under center with a full house backfield. He's going to be a keeper around the right side. Not much there. Hit initially at about the 23. So it's going to be, it's like a slight loss on the keeper. Maybe it's going to be a yard back, so it'll be a 2nd and 11 from the 28 for Fort Morgan. We're down to 14 seconds here in the third period. Fort Morgan should run, we'll see if they run one more play before the end of the third period, down to 4 seconds. And he just drew the Niwot Cougars offsides on the hard count. That's going to bring the third period to a close.
I think they were looking at the clock thinking they've got to snap it. It's only got half a second left, and Fort Morgan was happy to just sit there and wait.
They waited, and he had the hard snap, so we're going to go ahead and take a timeout here. 43-0 Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. Back at Legion Field with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. Second down play, it was a 2nd and about 6. Now it's going to bring up a 3rd down. I think about a 3rd and 4 from the 21 for Fort Morgan.
Wunsch on that carry.
Full house backfield for the Mustangs. Going to be a pass. Oh, it's going to be over the head of his intended receiver. And he was open, and that was Cade Bulis. So they'll bring up a 4th and 4 from the 21 for the Mustangs after that incomplete pass.
All right, that's Knapp's first attempt at a pass.
As Fort Morgan will try to pick up this fourth down.
Right, once we showed off our field goal kicker, we probably figure it's a little nicer to try and run it than to pad it.
Try not to put up too many more points on them. 10:57 and counting. Handoff over the left side. Not much there as Elliott Wunsch takes it.
There.
He's still going. They're going to give him the first down. He just kept his legs plowing. They
Great
didn't.
job, Elliott.
They didn't call him down for progress stopped. He kept his feet running, and they gave him the first down. He's down inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. So that's a 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan as Elliott Wunsch drives it about 5 yards downfield. So 1st and 10 from the 17 for the Mustangs in their full house backfield with 10-12 and counting here in the fourth period. Handoff this time over the right side. And I believe that was Oliver Wunsch that took that one.
Oliver Wunsch on the carry.
Short.
No gain. Second down
It
and
can be
10.
a no gain, so it'll be a 2nd and 10 from the 17.
Yeah, Niwot's line's doing a little bit better job of holding up the offensive charge. The backs are having to earn every yard they get at this point.
So I'm sure it's probably still their first string defense out there, and Fort Morgan has their junior varsity team basically out there on the field. So another full house backfield for Fort Morgan. Knapp under center, counting out the snap. He takes gets the handoff over the right-hand side, and that is going to go to, I didn't see,
42 Crosscobb.
42 is Austin Crosscobb on the carry. Gets it down inside the 15.
Third and 7.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 7 from distance from the 14-yard line. For the Mustangs, under 9 minutes to play here, 8:52 and counting. As the Mustangs are up 43-0 over the Niwot Cougars. So Dalen Knapp goes back under center. Behind him, 3 back in the full house backfield. Handoff around the left side, and it's going to be open around here to the left side. At the 10, at the 5, he's going to keep his feet and into the end zone. And I believe that is Anthony Arroyo, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't catch the number on that one.
That was number 37. We don't have him on here. If it's Anthony Arroyo, I've talked to his mother, and I believe that's who she said. I believe that's what his number is.
Well, what a great way to get your first carry of your high school varsity career and take it in 14 yards for a touchdown.
So the point after attempt is up and no good, off to the left. So there goes the cannon. So we're going to take a short time out here. Fort Morgan 49, Niwot nothing on B106 and B106.com. 49-0 the score here at Legion Field as the Mustangs run it in from 17 yards out with a point after no good. So Fort Morgan 2 line up, 2 kick off, and a new kicker is going to be Manny Escalera, a junior for the Mustangs.
Cheerleaders are worn out doing jumping jacks. They're counting to 49. And they'll be tired by the night's end.
So a nice kickoff hits at the 15. At the 10, going to be booted by Niwot, but picked up at the 15, out to the 20. And he's going to get just past the 20-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 for Niwot.
Looks like maybe the 23.
23-yard line.
22. Niwot will have it there. First down and 10.
So 6:06 will say when the drive starts. See who I guess they still have their starting lineup in there. I don't know who they're trying to see who their back is. Looks like they're starting number 7, for Niwot as he hands the ball off, and that goes nowhere. Zach Kinnison is the sophomore quarterback for Niwot. As that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 23.
Yeah, I didn't catch the number of their running back either. He's kind of hidden by all those guys. Fort Morgan's got guys in on defense that aren't even on their roster. Number 80's playing safety, and he came on a blitz. Must have read something. 82, Brady Gibson out there at left corner.
So 5-12 and counting here. Niwot hands it off up the middle. Gets it back across the original line of scrimmage and out to the 25-yard line. So that'll bring up about a 3rd and 8 from the 25 with 4:50 and counting here in the contest.
Niwot really doesn't have that many players, so if they go with a second team, it's going to be some of the kids that play on the opposite side of the ball, maybe.
Yeah, they didn't bring a lot of kids. Maybe, I don't know what their situation is. Handoff, and quarterback, I believe, was taken down. I don't believe he ever got the handoff completed. Oh, they say it was Bromwell, on the carry. So that'll bring up a 4th and 8 from the 25. So we'll see if they are.
I'm wondering whether Niwot's one of those teams that doesn't have a freshman or a JV team for our younger kids to play. I don't know, did they have a freshman game?
They had the freshman game yesterday.
Arroyo back to receive the punt.
So that is Anthony Arroyo, number 37, as we heard from the announcer. Ball is going to be, I'm not sure if it was touched. No, it's going to be Fort Morgan ball at about the 44-yard line. So Fort Morgan to take over. 3:36 and counting here. Dalen Knapp continues under center for the Mustangs. So
What
first
was the name of that kid, 37?
Anthony Arroyo.
I'd like to see him run a little more. He seemed like he had it going on.
I saw him last year in the junior varsity or freshman game last year, and he is pretty fast. You get him outside, and he has got some speed. So handoff to Wunsch over the left side, gets a couple of yards.
But which one is it?
Which Wunsch? That would be Oliver Wunsch.
Yeah. Nice little power run to the left.
No gain.
And there was no gain on that play, so it'll be a 2nd and 10 again from the. Well, they had it initially at the 44. Looks like it's sitting about the 43 to me. We'll give him a yard.
His 6th carry of the night.
Fort Morgan with their full house backfield, 2:27 and counting here in the game. And Dalen was instructed from the sideline to wait till the back judge starts counting down the seconds before he snaps the ball. The pitch to the back did not get to the back. That is a fumble recovered by Niwot. So basically, that's basically the only thing that has actually gone wrong for the Mustangs tonight.
Niwot will have it there. First down and 10.
And that was with the definitely second team or below offense in there. Still, you don't like to see that. You like to see them be able to execute.
So 1st and 10 from the 47 for Niwot with 1:43 and counting here. As they look back to get to throw, he is tripped up. We'll see if it's going to be as a sack. It looks like it's. They're going to drop him back a little bit, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 11 from the 46.
2nd down and 10.
Yeah, as we get some more, Trey McBride goes in on defense. Caleb Bell is out there also on defense. Anthony Arroyo is out there on defense. So we're down to a minute here in the game. Fake handoff over the right-hand side. Runs it down across midfield, gets it into Mustang territory to about the 48-yard line. That's going to bring up about a 3rd and 5.
48-yard line. 3rd down and 5.
from the 48 for Niwot. So we're down to 40 seconds here in the contest.
Looks like
Third and
Fort
5
Morgan-
for Niwot. Go ahead.
Looks like Fort Morgan will preserve their shutout, barring any unforeseen long pass play or something.
Down to 26 seconds. Handoff up the middle to Bromwell again. And that was a gain of maybe 2. So they'll bring up a 4th down. I doubt if we'll see if they're going to try and run one more play. So it's about a 4th and 4 from the 46.
4th down and 4.
Got 3 seconds. We'll see if they get it off, and they do. They're going to try to pass out here to the right side. It's complete down to the 40, down to the 35-30. It's going to be taken out of bounds and preserve the shutout. So at the end of the game, the Fort Morgan Mustangs 49, the Niwot Cougars nothing on the opening night here at Fort Morgan.
Once again, the final score tonight.
We'll take a 3-minute break here and be back with the postgame show on B106 and B106.com.